Hello students, welcome to StudiLive. In this video, we are going to start revising the chapters right from the beginning of quick revision, which will be important for your examination point of view. Now you have 1 month left out, almost a period of time. And within this time also, if you just revise very quickly with this few videos of StudiLive, it will be very much helpful for your examination. Alright friends, so abhi nahi to kabhi nahi. So let's get started with the topics of chemistry. Now today I'll be talking about chemistry, paper 2. The chapter is halogen derivatives. So let's get started with halogen derivatives. I'll just very quickly share my screen with you and then we will start with the presentation. So the topic is on the screen, that is halogen derivatives. On the topic of halogen derivatives, now as far as your board exams are concerned, this topic of halogen derivatives, this is going to be for 5 to 7 marks in your examination. So the topic of halogen derivatives, which will be for 5 to 7 marks in your examination. So basically, to begin with, first in halogen derivatives. Now basically, what are halogen derivatives? So the parent family of organic compounds is hydrocarbon. So when you say hydrocarbons, what are hydrocarbons basically? Yes, compounds containing carbon and hydrogen. They are called as hydrocarbons. And this hydrogen atom, you can see here the hydrogen atom is replaced over here. Now this hydrogen atom is replaced. So replacement of hydrogen atom or atoms in aliphatic or aromatic hydrocarbons, they are called as halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons. So when I say halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons, it is the parent family of organic compound which is basically called as hydrocarbons. Now in that hydrocarbons, we are talking about replacement of hydrogen atom either in case of aliphatic, it can be, or it can be aromatic hydrocarbons, and such compounds which are formed, they are termed as, or they are called as halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons. So this is basically the halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons. Now coming on to the classification of halogen derivatives. How are halogen derivatives further classified? So classification of halogen derivatives. Now in the classification of halogen derivatives, the first one, halogen derivatives of hydrocarbons, they are broadly classified into two ways. The first one is on the basis of hydrocarbon skeleton to which the halogen atom is bonded. So you have the halogen atom is bonded to the hydrocarbon, to the carbon skeleton. And depending upon that, they are classified as, yes, they are classified as the first type coming up, that is haloalkanes. Then you have haloalkenes, and you have haloalkynes, and finally haloarenes. So what are the different types very quickly? Yes, haloalkanes, haloalkenes, haloalkynes, and haloarenes. So these are the couple of types in case of halogen derivatives, the classification of halogen derivatives. Now let's talk about one by one for all of them. The first one is haloalkanes. Now here you can see CH3, single bond CH2, single bond X. That is, this halogen atom is present, and this is your CH3, single bond CH2. So this is halogen atom which is replacing one hydrogen from here. This is a single bond, so it is haloalkane because it is a single bond. Correct? समझ में आ रहा है? Easy है. So CH2 double bond CH, single bond X. Now here what you have is carbon carbon double bond. क्या दिख रहा है आपको? Carbon carbon double bond दिख रहा है, right? So if this is a carbon carbon double bond, this is alkene, isn't it? So this is alkene. और साथ में यहाँ पे X है आपके पास, X मतलब halogen. So this is haloalkene. So here it was haloalkane. Now here it is haloalkene. So you have got haloalkane, haloalkene. Now coming on to the next one. Here you have a carbon-carbon triple bond. So if you have a carbon-carbon triple bond, what is that called as? Yes, that is called as alkyne. And to that hydrogen atom here is replaced by halogen atom. So if hydrogen atom is replaced by halogen atom, then it is called as haloalkyne. So you got it? Haloalkane समझ में आ गया आपको? Haloalkene समझ में आ गया? Haloalkynes. So haloalkanes will have carbon-carbon single bond. Haloalkenes will have carbon-carbon double bond, and haloalkanes will have carbon-carbon triple bond, and along with that halo मतलब एक halogen. So that is how the classification is done. The last one you have haloarine. Now what is that haloarine? ये arine कौन है? Arine is a benzene ring. So when I say arine basically is a benzene ring, and to that benzene ring, if the halogen atom is attached, then it is called as haloarine. That is the very basic definition of haloarine. Now coming back to the next type of classification, this was the first type of classification, that was haloalkanes, haloalkenes, haloalkynes and haloarenes. This was on the basis of hydrocarbon skeleton to which a halogen atom is bonded. Now let's go ahead for the next type, the further classification. In that further classification, yes, this is again the classification of halogen derivatives. We are continuing. Yes, second one, on the basis of number of halogen atoms. How many halogen atoms are present? So on the basis of number of halogen atoms, the derivatives are classified as, how will you classify them? They are classified as mono, di, tri or polyhalogen derivatives. So they are classified as monohalogen derivatives, dihalogen derivatives, trihalogen derivatives and polyhalogen derivatives. नाम से कुछ इंडिकेट हो रहा है? Yes, हो रहा है. Mono means what? One. So one hydrogen atom is replaced by one halogen atom. किसका? So one hydrogen atom, either it can be of alkane. Here I can show you here. So either it can be of alkane or it can be of benzene ring, that is arine. So this is your benzene ring, you can see. This is benzene ring or this is your alkane. So here it is hydrocarbon. यहाँ पर एक H था, उस H को हटा करके हमने H halogen ले लिया, या यहाँ पर एक H है, उसको हमने रिप्लेस करके halogen ले लिया. So then it is called as monohalogen compounds. So this is called as monohalogen derivatives, or you can also call it as monohalogen compounds, where one hydrogen atom is replaced by one halogen atoms. Easy lag raha hai? Yes, StudiLive helps you for all these things in a very quick manner. So keep tuned with StudiLive. Yes, we'll move to the next one. Dihalogen derivatives. Now what is dihalogen? Di means two. So here, if you can see, this is one halogen, this is another halogen. Here also, this is one halogen, this is another halogen. So two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two halogen atoms. So if two hydrogen atoms are replaced by two halogen atoms, then it is called as dihalogen derivatives. So here you can see, this is again the same way. You have the open chain compounds. Here you will have the benzene ring. So either of the cases, you will have dihalogen compounds. So it can be dihalogen compounds for alkanes, or it can be dihalogen compounds for benzene ring as well. Moving on to the next one. Yes, trihalogen compounds. So in case of trihalogen compounds, now for trihalogen compounds, three hydrogen atoms are replaced by three halogen atoms. So you can see here, these are the three halogen atoms. So three hydrogen atoms are replaced by three halogen atoms. So they are called as, yes, they are called as trihalogen compounds. So here you can see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So तीन hydrogen atom हटा दिया है, तीन halogen add किया है. So that is called as trihalogen compounds. Now we go to more details of classification. So first we did the classification of halogen derivatives. Now first classification was haloalkanes, haloalkenes, haloalkynes and haloarenes. That was depending upon the carbon structure, single bond, double bond, triple bond and benzene ring. Second classification that now we are talking about, that second classification was on the basis of number of halogen atoms. One halogen atom is mono, 2 is di, 3 is tri. You can see here mono, di, tri. So monohalogen, dihalogen, trihalogen. Now we move to the next one, that is classification of monohalogen compounds. Now how will you classify monohalogen compounds? So monohalogen compounds are further classified on the basis of position of the halogen atom. So what is that classification? The classification is on the basis of position of halogen atoms and the type of hybridization. So depending upon the position of halogen atoms and depending upon the type of hybridization, monohalogen derivatives are further subclassified. So let's go into the details. Are we ready? Yes, let's start. So the details of the classification of halogen derivatives, basically monohalogen derivatives. So here alkyl halides, the first one is alkyl halides or haloalkanes. So first classification of monohalogen derivatives, it is called as alkyl halides or haloalkanes. अब इसमें होता क्या है alkyl halides या haloalkanes के अंदर. Now here if you see the things very clearly, you will understand one thing. See the compounds that you have at a stretch. Here everywhere you can see a carbon carbon single bond. दिख रहा है आप लोगों को? सब जगह पे देखो कार्बन कार्बन का सिंगल बॉन्ड है ना? So everywhere carbon carbon single bond is present. And when carbon carbon single bond is present, what is that type of hybridization? Yes, that type of hybridization is sp3 hybridization. So for alkyl halides or haloalkane, the halogen atom is bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. तो halogen atom उस कार्बन को अटैच्ड है जो sp3 hybridized है. अब ये sp3 hybridized मतलब क्या? Means it has a single bond. So if it is sp3 hybridized, it should have a carbon-carbon single bond. So that is sp3 hybridization. So moving on, here alkyl halides, they can be of three types. What are those three types? Primary alkyl halides, secondary alkyl halides, or it can be tertiary alkyl halides. So this is classification of monohalogen derivatives. मोनोहैलोजन डेरिवेटिव्स का पहला क्लासिफिकेशन मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ. पहला क्लासिफिकेशन कौन सा है? अल्काइल हलाइड्स. और उस अल्काइल हलाइड्स में तीन सबटाइप्स हैं. कौन से तीन सबटाइप्स हैं? प्राइमरी अल्काइल हलाइड, सेकेंडरी अल्काइल हलाइड और टर्शियरी अल्काइल हलाइड. अभी प्राइमरी अल्काइल हलाइड किसे कहते हैं? प्राइमरी अल्काइल हलाइड कब होगा? सो लेट्स चेक इट आउट. दिस इज द हैलोजन एटम. यस, दिस हैलोजन एटम इज अटैच्ड टू द कार्बन. ये कार्बन को अटैच्ड है एंड दिस कार्बन इज अटैच्ड टू ओनली वन कार्बन एटम. अब यहाँ पे बोलोगे सर आर दिख रहा है, तो आर मतलब अल्काइल और अल्काइल में कार्बन है. सो हैलोजन एटम इज अटैच्ड टू अ कार्बन which is then attached to one another carbon atom and therefore it is called as primary alkyl halide, or you also call it as 1 degree. हाँ, इसी को कहते हैं 1 degree. So either you call it as primary alkyl halide or you call it as 1 degree alkyl halide. Moving on, now this is the halogen atom. ये आपका halogen atom है. ये जिस कार्बन को अटैच्ड है, ये कार्बन को अटैच्ड है. This carbon is in turn attached to two other carbon atoms. देखिए, right? So this halogen atom is attached to the carbon. This carbon is attached to two other carbon atoms. So the carbon will be called as secondary carbon. The carbon is called as secondary carbon, and the alkyl halide that you get, that alkyl halide is called as secondary alkyl halide. So carbon is secondary carbon and the alkyl halide is secondary alkyl halide. Moving on to the next example. Yes, now here this is halogen atom X. This is attached to the carbon and this carbon is attached to, अब तो बताने की जरूरत नहीं, बच्चे स्मार्ट हो गए. So this is attached to 3 carbon atoms. So if it is attached to 3 carbon atoms, this carbon is called as tertiary carbon and the alkyl halide together is called as tertiary alkyl halide. So you have primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide and tertiary alkyl halide. So these are the 3 different examples that we have. Moving on to the next one. The next classification, allylic halide. Now what is allyl group? इसको भी हम थोड़ा सा अंडरस्टैंड कर लेते हैं. allyl group क्या है? So this benzene ring here, sorry not benzene ring, CH2 group, benzene बाजू में है. So this is CH2 group, some double bond CH, single bond CH2 and X. This is what is called as your allyl group, and to that allyl group if halogen is attached, then it is called as allylic halide. अब बोलोगे सर आपने बताया था sp3 हाइब्रिडाइज्ड है, यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड कैसे आ रहा है? तो ये डिफरेंट है. ये sp3 हाइब्रिडाइज्ड जरूर है, लेकिन डबल बॉन्ड कहाँ है वो चेक कर लेते हैं. लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड दिस एज वेल, वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. Yeah, now when I'm talking about double bond, what exactly happens? See, this is the halogen atom. This halogen is attached to a carbon, which is attached to another carbon by a single bond. So don't get confused. This is attached by a single bond. Carbon carbon single bond है, मतलब ये भी sp3 में ही काउंट करोगे. समझ में आ रहा है? इसको भी हम sp3 में ही काउंट करेंगे. अब यहाँ पे ये इनको भी देख लेते हैं, इनको किसमें काउंट करना है. So this is halogen atom. This is your carbon. This is your carbon, and this is your next carbon. Again दोनों के बीच में single bond है. So this also becomes your sp3 hybridized carbon. Yes, समझ में आ रहा है sp3 hybridized कब होता है? So halogen जिस कार्बन को अटैच्ड है, वो कार्बन अगले कार्बन से कितने बॉन्ड रखता है? अगर सिंगल बॉन्ड रखता है, then it is sp3 hybridized. डबल बॉन्ड रखता है, then it is sp2 hybridized. और अगर ट्रिपल बॉन्ड रखता है, then it is sp hybridized. तो यहाँ पे भी ये sp3 hybridized है. So हम लोग नोट्स देख करके कंफ्यूज नहीं होंगे. इन द alkyl halides, halogen atom is bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon. बहुत बार बच्चे यहीं पे कंफ्यूज होते हैं, सर sp3 बोला था आपने, और उसके साथ में अभी यहाँ पे जो डबल बॉन्ड दिख रहा है हमें, यस डबल बॉन्ड दिख रहा है, लेकिन किस कार्बन के लिए वो चेक करेंगे. All right, I hope this is getting clear. मजा आ रहा है? Yes. Next one is benzylic halide. What is that benzylic halide? Now here in benzylic halide again, the halogen atom is bonded to a sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Now how is it bonded to sp3 hybridized carbon atom? That let's check it out. Again the same explanation will come, but the concept should be very, very clear. Halogen atom is here. This is attached to carbon, yes, and this carbon is attached to the next carbon of benzene ring somewhere here. And how is it attached? Yes, you can see this is the single bond. So halogen atom is attached to the carbon, which is attached to the next carbon by a single bond, and therefore that is also an example of sp3 hybridized. All right, let's check out this example as well. This is your halogen X. Yes, this is X halogen. This is your carbon atom here. This is attached to the next carbon by again a single bond. So again this also becomes what is called as sp3 hybridized. So the statement, in benzylic halide, halogen atom is bonded to a sp3 hybridized carbon atom, which is further bonded to a aromatic ring to a benzene ring. All right, so let's go ahead. I think things are getting clear. एग्जाम्स नजदीक आ रहे हैं और हम रिवाइज थोड़ा अच्छे से कर रहे हैं उसको. लेट्स कंटिन्यू. दिस इज द प्लेटफॉर्म एट StudiLive. द नेक्स्ट वन इज vinylic halides. Now what is vinylic halide? Now vinyl group, this is again something new. Allyl group I told you to mark. अब vinyl group पे मार्क कर लेंगे हम लोग, तो समझ में अच्छे से आ जाएगा. So in vinylic halide, now the type of hybridization changes. यहाँ पे देखो जरा ध्यान से, क्या दिख रहा है आपको? sp2 hybridized दिख रहा है, राइट? Previously it was sp3 hybridized. अब ध्यान से देखेंगे, what are we seeing here? We are seeing here sp2 hybridized. So this is sp2 hybridized. So in vinylic halide, halogen atom is bonded to sp2 hybridized carbon atom of aliphatic chain. Vinylic halide is haloalkene. Halo मतलब halogen और alkene मतलब कार्बन कार्बन डबल बॉन्ड. अगर कार्बन कार्बन डबल बॉन्ड है, that means we are talking about sp2 hybridization. See the things, how it is interrelated. Now what is vinyl group? ये भी हम लोग याद रखने वाले हैं. CH2 double bond CH. So CH2 double bond CH is called as vinyl group. इसके पहले हमने allyl group स्टडी किया था. What is allyl group? CH2 double bond CH single bond CH2 ऐड हो गया था. यहाँ पर सिर्फ क्या है? CH2 double bond CH. So this is called as which group? Vinyl group, and that was called as allyl group. So here let's try to, I'll just change the color for your understanding. Yeah. So this is the halogen atom. This halogen atom is attached to the carbon, and this carbon is attached to next carbon by double covalent bond. Previously we were saying single covalent bond. Now here it is getting attached by a double covalent bond. So this is halogen atom getting attached to carbon. That carbon gets attached to the next carbon by a double covalent bond, and this is what is called as carbon which is sp2 hybridized. So this was the vinylic halide. Same way you can see here as well, this is halogen atom. This is attached to the carbon. Here this is carbon, and this carbon is attached to the next carbon by, yes, क्या दिख रहा है, double bond दिख रहा है. This is attached to the next carbon by double covalent bond. So this is again an example of vinylic halide. All right. Okay. Halo alkyne. Alkyne आ गया. Alkyne मतलब अच्छा, carbon carbon triple bond. Remember that. So what type of hybridization? It is sp hybridized. So sp3, sp2. Now it is sp hybridized, and in that sp hybridized, when halogen atom is bonded to sp hybridized carbon atom, it is called as haloalkynes. And the last one is aryl halide or haloarine, where halogen is attached to a aromatic ring. It is attached to a benzene ring. You can see here this is a benzene ring, and halogen gets attached to the benzene ring. So that is aryl halides, or you can call it as haloarines. Yes, so that completes the part of your classification. So in classification, what we have done, in classification we have completed two main types of classification. First was on the basis of structure. So note करते जाएंगे. First was on the basis of structure. That was haloalkane, haloalkene, haloalkyne, haloarine. Next was on the basis of number of carbon atoms. That was monohalogen, dihalogen, trihalogen. In monohalogen we have subtypes: primary, secondary, tertiary. That was one subtype of alkyl halides. Then we had vinylic halide, we had allylic halide, benzylic halide. All right, so these were all the different subtypes. 3 marks question is ready. Itne slide mein hi. So we have completed with 3 marks question. What are halogen derivatives? How are they classified? What are halogen derivatives? How are monohalogen derivatives classified? तो दो क्वेश्चन हमारे रेडी हो गए यहाँ पे. ऑलराइट, चलो आगे चलते हैं. नेक्स्ट वन, nomenclature of halogen derivatives. Now how will you give names to the halogen derivatives? Now first I'll be talking about the IUPAC names of open chain compounds. Basics इसका सभी के पास याद है 11th में थोड़ा बहुत, just एक quick revision हो जाएगा. Rule number 1, दो चीजें फॉलो करना है. I'll not go to that whole set of paragraph of rules. Keywords में हम बात करेंगे खाली. First one is longest carbon chain rule that we have to follow. After we have followed the longest carbon chain rule, then we will follow the halogen priority rule. So let's talk about these things in the example. Now here this is the example we have: CH3, CH2, CH, Cl, CH3. Now as I said, the first rule says longest carbon chain. So this is your longest carbon chain from here to here. नंबरिंग कहाँ से करेंगे? लेफ्ट टू राइट या राइट टू लेफ्ट, जहां से नजदीक आता है हेलोजन. चेक कर लो भाई. 1 2 3 4. yes. So at the second position I will get my Cl. If I go from left to right, what happens? 1 2 3. नहीं चलेगा, नहीं चलेगा. Left to right it is third position, right to left it is second position. So we will take second position. At second position we have got Cl. Now what is that Cl? Cl is haloalkane. What याद कर लें? Haloalkane. So what is that halo? Halo is fluoro. At what position? Second position. So let's see the name. Yes, second position halo means it is 2 fluoro, and 4 carbon atoms. For 4 carbon atoms it is butane. So for 4 carbon atoms the corresponding alkane is butane. So we will remember the word haloalkane, and here it is 2-fluorobutane. All right, yes. Next one is CH3, CH2, CHI, CH, and then you have the branch, a big branch coming up here. Then you have CH2, CH2, and CH3. Now here, how do you give the name to this compound as well? For giving name to this compound, you will have something like this. This is your, okay, 1 2 3. Third position I get my I. 1 2 3 4 5. समझ में आ रहा है? So Left to right or right to left? It should be left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At fourth position, I have a tertiary butyl group. So at fourth position, this is tertiary butyl. अब ये tertiary क्या होता है? 3 carbon atoms. So this carbon is bonded to 3 carbon. So this carbon which is attached to the branch is having 3 carbon atoms. So this is tertiary. At what position? At fourth position, it is tertiary butyl. So let's give the name to this compound as well. Yes, for third butyl, you have got, and at the third position you have got iodo. So 3-iodoheptane, or you can mention it as 3-iodo 4-third butyl heptane. All right, so it can be 3-iodo 4-third butyl heptane. That will be the better one. All right, so this is about the nomenclature. Next one is cyclic or unsaturated compounds we will talk about. Now here this is cyclic and unsaturated compounds. Now here you have got, again say this, first position Cl, so 1 fluoro, second position पे methyl, 2 methyl, और longest chain में 3 carbon, so 1 fluoro, 2 methyl, propane, easy हो गया. Now here also see this, first position I, so 1 iodo, ethyl, this is 2 carbon, so it is ethyl cyclooctane. एंड फाइनली यहाँ पे डबल बॉन्ड है, यहाँ पे हैलोजन है, प्रायोरिटी ऑर्डर है, डबल बॉन्ड को प्रायोरिटी देंगे. सो 1 2 3 4 5, सो 1 2 3 4 5, 5 पोजीशन पे Cl, तो 5 फ्लोरो, एंड सेकेंड पोजीशन पे CH3 मतलब मिथाइल, तो 5 फ्लोरो 2 मिथाइल, और टोटल 1 2 3 4 5, तो पेंट. डबल बॉन्ड कहाँ है? सेकेंड और थर्ड के बीच में, lower number 2 ले लो, so pent 2ene. Okay, so here we have completed about the topic of halogen derivatives. Few things we have done today. What we have done? Yes, we have done today the definition, basically the classification, and few nomenclature we have completed. So students, stay tuned with StudiLive for such videos, for such energetic revisions we'll have, quick revisions we will have, which will help you for your board exams for the days to come. All right, so students, stay tuned with StudiLive. Thank you.